What's up, guys? Happy Monday!
Hello!
Hope you guys had a killer weekend and a great week last week, and we wanted to give you guys some good news, some encouragement for this week. We know Sundays and Mondays are a little rough. It's the beginning of the week. So anyways, we wanted to give you guys some great news, and we wanted to do some Q&A for you guys. So we figured we are going to start doing this a little more often.
Hopefully weekly is what we want to do. So we get questions all the time on our blog and emails, on our social media, and we want to come and answer those questions for you. So we have a question tonight that somebody asked this week, and we're going to dive into that in just a minute. So we're going to let some people get on. Hopefully this can be a more regular thing, which will be fun. So
and all you guys who are watching this, if you guys do have questions, they come in all the time, but please send them to us, post them in the chat. We're happy to answer your questions. Even while we're going through this, we'll try and answer as many questions as we can live, so you guys can get your answers right now.
For sure. So Marion's on. Hey, Marion.
What's up, Marion?
Awesome.
So the question tonight that we are actually going to answer is.
Are we diving in already?
Yeah. Well, we'll just tell the question and then we'll jump into it. So Sue asked,
how do you tell what items will sell for a profit?
And that is a great question. We get it all the time, guys. People always are asking us some sort of question like this. What do I buy? How do I find great items like you guys find? All kinds of questions like this. So Sue, we are going to get to that question in just a minute, but we wanted to recap our week first. Tell us how you guys did last week on your reselling business, or
finding things,
sourcing
listing things,
that's it,
selling things.
Let us know. We want to celebrate with you guys, and we want to help you guys if you do have questions about what's going on. So that's what we're here for. We had a killer week last week. We sold 4 items totaling $26.50 for 4 items that we sold. And it was just shy of $2,000 in profit. But the other killer thing is we only spent $110 on that inventory to make the $26.50 on it. So
and we're kind of going to dive a little bit into that tonight. So sorry.
Stay tuned for that. But you guys might say, go ahead. Of course. You guys might be asking, what did we sell to make that kind of profit? We sold 2 printers that we paid $30 for.
On the 127 yard sale.
That's it. Last year on the 127 yard sale, we had 2 printers. Actually, we have 3. I didn't list the third one. It's in storage, but I'll list it now that we sold these 2. But we sold the first 2. We paid $30 a piece for them and sold them for $600.
Yeah, because they're in a thrift store just sitting there, and the thrift store doesn't get as much traffic as like eBay does. So you were able to get them at a really.
We did. We got a great deal on them.
They sat for a little while, and he's like, "Yeah, just take them for what was it, $30 each?"
Yep.
So $60.
So that was the first sale we did. That jumped off our week, kickstarted it. So super stoked about that one. And then we sold a pole saw, a commercial pole saw that was. It's a little bit different, like a tree saw, chainsaw, but it's on a pole, and
so you can get the high stuff.
Exactly. But this one is made hydraulic, so it's a lot more expensive than just a normal pole saw or a chainsaw. I bought 8 of these in a lot. I love bundling stuff when I find it. I bought 8 of these in a lot. I paid, was it $400? Yeah, I think it was $400 for 8 of them.
$50 each.
It worked out to be $50 a piece. I sold this one for
$700.
$699 is what we sold this one for. I haven't even listed the other ones yet. So the first one paid
more
than
this week.
That's it. More than paid for all the money that I put out for all of them. And then, we were able to make a good profit on that. And then we have 7 more to sell.
And you bought those on OfferUp, you said, right? Or
it was OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. I don't remember which one it was, but one of those venues.
This lady was wanted to get rid of them quickly. So.
So killer deal on that. We were super stoked about that. And then the last one were tires. That's it. We had trailer tires that we took off of our camper. Wow, that was probably about a year ago, a little over a year ago. Yeah, so we took them off the camper. We got new tires on, but I didn't want to let these just go. They still had tread on them. And we took the rims. We put new rims and tires on it. Like I said, I didn't just want to let them go, so we kept them. We put them on for sale, sold them for $750. And that was a killer deal for us. So those actually get shipped out tomorrow. They just sold, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So that ended our week, and it was amazing, a great week for us. And like I said, total $2,600.
And 2,000, almost 2,000 in profit.
$2,650, just shy of 2,000 in profit. So super stoked for us. That was a killer week. But like I said, we love weeks like that.
I was just gonna say, hey, Amy said hi, and Kim Burt said hi.
What's going on?
And Stacy said she's made around $3,000 since May 1st. So that's
Stacy
awesome.
is killing it. We love celebrating with Stacy. She's doing some great stuff.
Jennifer said hi from Kentucky, and Marion asked, "Did you say what the huge buy was this week?
No,
or is that up and coming?"
It is up and coming, and we wanted to talk about that. That was the other sourcing that we did this week. Had a killer week for sourcing. That I got a call from one of my buddies. He had some stuff, so. We're not going to dive into it yet. Don't
later,
worry.
yeah.
I'm saving that, so it's a little another teaser. But this will be by far our best flip. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a killer flip. So
we weren't really looking for anything.
No, we weren't, and I wasn't really trying to buy anything. But when you find deals like this, at this type of deal, you have to jump on it. So we'll get into it soon, guys. We'll let you know the nitty gritty. I still don't even know the particulars about this flip, but I had to snag it because I knew it was such a great deal. So
yeah. So if you want to dive into the question,
let's do it.
We have a couple questions already, but we'll come back and get to
let's
that.
Do it.
So Sue asked, how do you tell what items will sell for a profit?
Now, this has multiple answers for this, Sue. Check it out. The best items that you can find for profit is starting out with a low-cost item. For us, we do walks. Some of you guys know our normal routine is doing walks to our downtown area. We look on the days that is trash day. We look for stuff that's in the trash that's not trash, that people have either upgraded or done something with, and they're ready to get rid of it. They don't want to send it to a thrift store or whatever. They don't want to spend the time. So it's easier just to walk it out. All you guys have been in the same boat. You've done the same thing. We've done the same thing. Yeah. You just walk it out to the curb. You put it on the side of the road. But truly, there's probably not some things. There's nothing wrong with it. You just upgraded it. Yeah. So when you can find those items for free, it's 100% profit on everything that you sell. So that is the first part of the question. Anything that you can find cheap. Now, I don't want to say a cheap item, but I want to say at low cost. That's where you want to start. Now, even when Melissa and I go to the flea market, I'm not looking for items that I have to spend $100, $200, $500 on. That's not my comfort zone. I do not like those items. I don't like investing that much money unless the profits are there to make a lot of money. So I don't typically like that kind of investment. I like the $20 items, the $15 items, the $30 items. In that price range that I'm looking for those items that have a high retail. That's what you want to find is a low-cost item that has a high retail. And it can be anything. There's not just one thing to look for. There's not just 2 or 3 things to look for. Every seller is different when it comes to buying stuff. So you don't know that seller what kind of, I guess, history they have of why they're getting rid of that item for what price it is. Yeah. Some of them buy storage lots and they want to
just get rid of stuff quickly.
Exactly. Sell it quickly. So they're going to sell it for a lot less money than somebody who actually bought this item for retail and used the item. And then they know what it costs when they bought it for retail. So they don't want to lose that much money. So sellers are different. You can find great items anywhere and everywhere. But the main portion of when you're buying to invest, you want to buy it at the lowest cost that you can. Look for those items that are low cost and then do the research on them. Now, you might say, what's the research? That's where you jump into eBay. You look at what it's selling for on eBay, what it has sold for on eBay, what it's retails for on Google. So you just dump it. Everything's at our fingertips now, guys. We can easily get in and find stuff that you can find out what it retails for, find out what it's selling for in the local stores and stuff like that. It's at your fingertips on your, on your phone, your smartphone and all that stuff. So it's very, very easy to do that research. So
before you go investing any money, like you can see it right away. Like, you don't want to lose money.
Exactly.
So is it going to be a smart investment? So
and then you'll go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, like you always say, the money is made in the buy.
It is.
That is really where you're going to make your profit. So if you can't get it with enough profit margin, it's not worth buying. And it's okay to walk away from those items that aren't worth it.
Exactly. Don't hesitate to walk away. And we tell people in our coaching group, even if you make a deal, you find an item on OfferUp, Craigslist, whatever it is, you go and look at it. It's not what you thought it was. Walk away from it. If they're asking too much money and it needs too much work, walk away from it. Don't be scared to do that kind of stuff. So that's definitely something you have to remember. You don't have to get every single item. You can walk away from some if the deal is not there. Because your money is made on that buy or the find. If you're getting stuff out of the trash for free, that's where your money is made for sure.
Yeah. You want to go?
Sure. You got some questions coming in?
Yeah. Well, Ron just posted one too relevant. How do you navigate researching item while you're at the flea market? So while he was there Saturday, he recognized a heat gun, but because when he was in high school, they used one for football.
Yeah.
So
great question. And that comes back to jumping onto eBay.
Yeah.
When you're at the flea market, I'm going to give you how I do it when I'm walking around in my flea market. I go and I find something that looks interesting. I might not know anything about it because that's the stuff that catches my eye, is the stuff I have no idea what it is. So I look at it, I pick it up, I look at it, I try and find any brand name, any model on it, anything like that. I make a mental note in my head of that. I might ask the seller right then. I might ask them, hey, how much do you want for this? If they say $20, I say, okay, let me think about it. I put the item back down. I walk away, I pull out my smartphone and I type it into Google, to eBay, to Amazon, any of those places that will give you some good feedback of what the retail is on the item or what it is selling for on eBay, that's how you do your research. So that's the best thing that you can actually do. And then if it is a good deal, walk back and buy it, walk back and negotiate, whatever you want to do. You have a better knowledge of what that item is, and you can walk back and do whatever you want to do to get that item.
Something you say sometimes is he'll go, and if you really, like maybe you want to take a picture or remember the brand, he'll say, I know somebody who might be interested. Can I take a picture of it? So, or like take a picture and send to them. So you can get a picture of the brand, go look it up.
And come back, do the research, come back and do it.
So you don't walk away and forget what it is.
That's it. So don't, and I know, trust me guys, it's going to feel really weird when you're doing this at a thrift store. Well, thrift stores usually give you the price right there. So you don't have to ask the thrift store for the price. But like at a flea market, if you pick something up, it's going to feel weird to ask them for the price and then say, no, I'm not interested, or, put it back down, that kind of stuff. Trust me, you'll get used to doing it. Just pick them up, ask them for the price, and tell them, let me think about it. I'm going to walk around. I just got here. I always use that one. I just got here. Let me walk around and see if I can find anything else. I might come back in a little bit. Put it down, walk an aisle. I've done it where I've walked like a half an aisle and I've high trucked it back to get the item because it was worth so much money. So yeah, those items will happen, and you got to try and put your poker face on. And if they want $20 for it and it's a $500 item, you're like, okay, I decided I was going to take it. Here's $20, and then walk away with it. So, but yeah, that's the best way to do the research when you're right there in person.
Yeah. Let me go up here. Hold on, I missed a couple. I picked up a jogger stroller free from Marketplace. What size box do you recommend to ship it in, and where would I get it? U-Haul, Home Depot?
Yeah, we do most of our boxes from our local U-Haul. That they have a wide range of boxes. So sometimes you have to put 2 boxes together. Sometimes you cut boxes down. It all just depends what you're shipping. Single, is it single or double? Did she say
no,
single?
It just is
U-Haul has a couple different boxes that you can buy. For a single jogger, I can't remember what size it is, but go into your local U-Haul. You can do the same thing if you're Home Depot or Lowe's. If you don't have a close U-Haul with a good selection, check Home Depot, Lowe's, all that kind of stuff. We in Orlando have a crazy store, a warehouse that's full of boxes that you can go buy almost any size box that you need.
We don't buy enough from there, though.
No, we don't. It's about 45 minutes from us to go do it. But if I need a rare size box and I have some time, I'll run over there and get it. I used to get all of our packaging stuff from them too. Bubble wrap and packaging peanuts and that kind of stuff.
Stacey said Rob's always looking for stuff. That's right.
That's it.
I found a jogging stroll on the side of the interstate on Mother's Day. She's
Beautiful.
replying to boxes, 37 by 20 by 20. Awesome. Dottie says you're keeping the pirate beard.
Yeah, I gotta shave it. I just haven't had time or the will to do it. I should say.
It's the will. It's not the time.
Yeah. Hey, get down.
Let's see. I think I have something that's going to be expensive to ship USPS. It's an Artograph projector. So I have heard some horror stories about FedEx and some UPS. What do you find is a better service for a 12 to 20 pound item?
I'll tell you this. This is going to save your life. Don't worry about the service. Worry about the insurance and packaging it properly. Because you're never going to find the right service.
Whoops.
What happened?
Nope, we're good.
Cool. You're never going to find the right service. So package it properly and then get insurance on it. If you want to save yourself a lot of headache. I learned that the hard way, guys. I'm trying to help you guys not learn it the hard way. Doesn't matter who you ship it with. It might get damaged. It might not. You never know. But at the same time, get insurance on it. Pay the extra money for insurance and make sure it's packaged to whatever carrier you're using to their guidelines. If you don't know them, typically it's 2 to 3 inches of padding around the item, and then in a double corrugated box. If you do that, you should be safe.
Yeah, the insurance. And because if you get insurance, it gets damaged when it gets there. You have to do just an insurance claim, and both the buyer gets his money, you get your money, and nobody's out any money.
That's it.
So you're protected. The buyer doesn't get the item, which stinks.
Yep.
But I mean, they're not going to leave you negative feedback for something that happened in shipping. And anyways, you get that removed. But yeah, so
insurance. That's the only word I can tell you is insurance. It doesn't matter who you ship it with. It's got the possibility of being getting damaged.
Yeah. Because sometimes they do throw boxes. Don't the flea market vendors use Google and eBay just like us?
Of course.
Like they would know the retail price as much as us. Does it insult them to pretend like it doesn't have a high retail?
Of course. No, it just depends on the vendors. I deal with a certain amount of vendors that I've created contacts with who are there to get rid of items. They're not buying these items for retail. They're actually buying them at a local storage auction, and then they're bringing them out there with trailer fulls of stuff. They're putting it all out, and they want to get rid of that stuff by the end of the weekend. So, of course they do. And I have people do that to me, too. They'll bring out their phone and say, look at what it's selling for on eBay. And I say, great, go sell it on eBay. That's not what I'm trying to buy, is not eBay prices. I'm trying to buy it so I can make money. So a lot of the vendors that I deal with they don't
want to sell.
Exactly. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with any of the shipping or listing or waiting for their money or any stuff like that. So they just want to take it out there and they want to sell it quick. So of course you'll find those vendors that will do that to you.
Right.
Walk away from them. If they don't want to dicker on the price, or they want the price that it's selling for on eBay, tell them to sell it on eBay. Or just walk away. If you don't want to do confrontation, walk away and say thank you. That's a little higher than I wanted to spend on it, but thank you anyways.
Yeah.
So that's all you have to do.
Yep. And sometimes they'll say like, look, it's selling for this. You know, this is what you can buy it
Trust
for.
me, I have vendors like that at the flea market that I've talked to, and from usually once I get it once or twice like that, I just don't even look at their stuff anymore. I walk right past it because I know that that's the kind of vendor they are. They're trying to get a lot more money for it, so it's not worth it to me to try and dicker with them because I already know that. So, but trust me, you'll find those vendors, and then you'll find the vendors who are out there that they're getting stuff off the side of the road for free. They're trash pickers or scrappers, and they're getting all this stuff for free. So they're just going to sell it and make whatever they can on it. And you're going to get a great item that you can easily turn around and make some good money on. So at a great price.
How do we know if the box is double corrugated?
If you look at the box closely, I don't know how many boxes here. Look at the box closely, and you'll see top line of cardboard with some squigglies, and then a second line of cardboard, and then a third line of cardboard. So it's pinched. Yeah, that's the best way I can show it. There's one extra piece of cardboard in the middle of it.
It goes like this versus like just the two lines, right?
Yeah,
can we get one?
Exactly.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not.
Yeah, but anyways, it's just a thicker piece of cardboard. That's corrugated, double corrugated. So those are, as long as it's a heavier duty box, as long as you're shipping heavy stuff in those, which the bigger boxes, most bigger boxes, they're made for more weight, so they will be double corrugated. But
notice when you get boxes too, like you can see which ones are single and which ones are double.
Exactly. So. Yeah, the single ones just have two outside walls with a squiggly in the middle. The double corrugated, like I said, it has one extra layer of cardboard in the middle between some squigglies.
So don't say thanks. Dumb question. Totally not a dumb question.
No questions are dumb. It's not. Trust me.
I didn't know what that was when he first said it.
Exactly. So
ago.
no, you guys, there's no dumb questions. We want to answer your questions. We want to try and help you guys get better at this game. So whatever you have, please don't hesitate.
Yeah. I just started selling things that is just sitting around my house. Been inspired by you guys for a while. I'm back to the plunge. Thanks for the inspiration.
Awesome.
That's a hard, that is one of the hardest things, is just getting started. A lot of times it's, when's a good time to start? When
analysis paralysis.
Yep.
And do not let it get you. You guys, you just have to start. You're gonna make mistakes. Trust me, you're gonna make mistakes.
It won't be perfect.
No,
but it's okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
But just do it and take one step in front. Just keep making those steps. One step in front, one foot in front of the other. So once you start doing that, you will start to make progress. You'll start to learn, and it'll get so much easier for you.
Since I started, any advice on sales tax? I'm at a loss of where to start on research. Or if the state requires it. I live in New York. eBay, we sell most of our items on eBay, and eBay collects the sales tax for us and remits it at the end of the year. So in the states that require it. So our state of Florida right now, and we're not a CPA, we're just telling you what we do. Our state of Florida right now does not require it. It probably will soon, since all the states are going to that. But so we still have to do it within our state. But if your state requires it for online products, then eBay takes care of it for you. So then they take care of all the sales tax for the other states.
Yep.
So, and they do it at the end of the year. And you might even notice, as you start selling, like sometimes we'll notice a sale and then it's a little bit more on top of it. We're like, why did that? We didn't charge shipping on that, but it's sales tax.
Yep.
And eBay's collecting it and they're remitting it at the end of the year.
Yep.
So, yeah. But do check the laws in your state. We can't, go through all the states, and we, just make sure that with your state and talk with the CPA is the best way. But eBay does handle a lot, which is really helpful.
Yep.
So, let's see. Well, my first flea market item Saturday, Bob double stroller for $30, has some surface rust. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos for removing it. What's your method for removing surface rust on stroller frames?
It all depends. If you're
paint it after?
You can do paint. It's a lot more
involved.
Yeah, exactly. So I personally, if it's chrome, which Bob strollers are usually painted gray. I don't know. There's a couple products out there that will take a rust off. I can't say that I've ever really used them on it. Chrome, we use a steel wool. Yeah, it's a steel wool. A fine steel wool pad will pull rust off of chrome. If they're chrome buttons or something like that. The actual gray frame, the metal frame, there's not really a great way other than wiping it down with a strong cleaner. We use bathroom.
Scrubbing bubbles?
Yeah, scrubbing bubbles is what we spray on a lot of stuff. And then just wipe it down the best you can. Make sure you disclose in your pictures. You always want to have pictures of any imperfections. You do not want that to get to the buyer of the item and then be upset about it. So any of that stuff that you can't get totally clean, snap a couple pictures of it and then note it in your description that there is whatever, the little bit of surface rust, whatever you want to say. So, but yeah, great question for sure. Yeah. Like I said, you can repaint it if you want. If you use steel wool on painted frames, the gray frames, it will scratch the frame. So it's a lot harder to do that. But on chrome, it cleans chrome really, really well. A fine steel wool pad will take the rust off of chrome. The two products you can check out are a product called Osfo. It takes rust off to where it will take it off. It cleans the metal for repainting. I've never used it on a stroller, so I can't tell you, but you can talk to somebody in the hardware store, Ace or Lowe's or Home Depot, and ask them if it would work. And then the other one is Naval Jelly is another product that will take rust off. It eats rust. I haven't used those products that much on these kind of items, so I can't really tell you how well we'll do it, but you can talk to somebody else who knows them better or research them on YouTube or Google and find out what will work the best for that.
And if you can't get it perfect, I mean,
don't worry about it.
Just take a picture of it and make sure you disclose it, because people know they're buying used items. Sometimes if it doesn't affect the use of the item, it's just a little bit cosmetic. I mean, I don't know how bad it is, but it's not that big of a deal sometimes, but disclose it. Sure.
And that's definitely something that I use when I'm writing my description is I tell people, listen, it might have a little bit of surface rust, but this does not affect any way or shape or form how the item performs or how the stroller functions or anything like that. If you put that in there, when you give an imperfection in the description, if you say it doesn't affect how it performs or how it anything, it doesn't, the functionality of the item, it's not affected by this imperfection. People need to know that, so make sure that you put that in the description.
I have another question. How do I know how much to charge for shipping on the stroller? I'm getting into trying to sell bigger items. I don't know how to figure this shipping charge. So that would be in a box. So you can do calculated shipping.
That's the best way to do it.
And starting out, like when you're first starting out, it's the best if you can go ahead and package it, put it in a box, and then measure it and put calculated shipping on it. So that way you won't lose money on shipping. And then once you ship a couple items, you kind of get the idea of how much it's going to cost to ship, a single versus a double stroller, and then you can add it into the price and offer free shipping or put it as a shipping cost. So, but that is the best way to start with it.
By far. Calculated shipping will help you not lose money on the items that you're shipping. So, but you do have to have it either packaged or you have to have an idea of what size box it will fit into.
Right.
So you can actually put that in the calculator when you're listing your item. But like I said,
you can't just measure the item because can't take the extra 2 inches on each side, and the package will be a different size. So make sure you don't just measure the item.
Yep. So our advice is go find the box that you're going to ship the stroller in, and then use the dimensions of that box and the weight of the box in your listing when you're doing it for calculated. And it will give you, it'll give the buyer how much it's going to cost to ship from you to them. And you don't have to worry about getting the cost right. They will do it for you. They'll do the calculation.
Missy said, someone got a haircut. Do you cut it yourself at home, or did Melissa cut it? He actually only shaved his beard a little bit.
Yeah. No, I need a haircut. I have not got a haircut yet. All the places have been closed. So.
But they're open now, so we need to go.
Yeah. Ugh. Not on the top of my list of things to do, but.
All right. I think we're caught up.
Caught up with questions. Cool.
I think so.
Good. Well, check it out, guys. All you guys that are on here, we want to start doing this once a week. We want to provide you guys some value, answer some Q&A questions. We're going to take any questions that we get throughout the week, and we're going to answer one of those questions. That's going to be the main platform or the main topic of our discussion. And then you guys want to jump on here once a week. Like I said, Monday's night, we kind of picked Monday because I think that's a great day, a kickoff for the week to help you guys get started and bring you some great information. That's our goal, is to do that. So like I said, be thinking, send us questions throughout the week, comments, anything like that, and we'll pick one and then we'll discuss it next week on Monday.
Renee said I hit a milestone today, 90-day total, $8,000.
Awesome. You rock!
Needless to say, my husband's on board. That's great.
Good for you, Renee. That's awesome. We love hearing that.
Yeah, and that was a question we're going to talk about later too. And there's a lot of times the spouses are not on board when you first start something, and that, I mean, it's easy for us to say because we're both in this right now. But when you're doing something new and you're trying to, get treadway, if you don't have that support, it can be hard.
It is.
But when you start to really see that, there can be money made, it makes a huge difference.
It does. It does.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Congrats, Renee. We're so proud of you. That's awesome. You rock for sure.
Yeah, cool. Awesome, guys. Did you have anything else? I think we covered everything on that. How do you sell? Oh, Kellen stuff we were going to talk about.
Oh yeah, I mean, we even thought a couple weeks ago, we actually talking about how we find stuff in the trash. That's what I'll recommend you guys doing, is just looking out on your trash days, going for a walk, going for a drive, something like that, and seeing what people are throwing away. When you have nothing invested into an item, it's 100% profit. We were walking home just the other day, and we found a little radial flyer, not a wheelbarrow, wagon. And we brought it home. I sprayed it out. It was a little bit dirty. I sprayed it out, washed it down for like 5 minutes, and then we threw it on a Facebook Marketplace, and we sold it for $25. So not a big deal. It was $25 is easy money. That's lunch for us. That's it. Yeah. Sitting in the trash. So Kellen, one of our friends, a blogger, one of our close friends, he's got a blog. Anyways, he was walking. Savvy couple, thank you. He was walking with his wife, and they found a dollhouse.
It was a furniture set for a doll. Like, I don't know which kind of doll set, but apparently it was an expensive doll set because it sold for $80. It was
pulled it out of the trash. Somebody threw it away, just like we were saying. Somebody threw it away. He brought it home, took a picture, listed it
in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes on Facebook Marketplace for $80. So that's the kind of stuff that's out there. I can't tell you how many times Melissa and I have done that. And we're not even out really looking for stuff. It's just on our normal routine of a walk downtown that we find that stuff. So you guys, that's probably my biggest encouragement to you, is start looking for those items that are being thrown away that don't need to go to the landfill. They're definitely not wore out. They're not damaged or whatever. Even if some of them are damaged or something like that, and you're handy, you can learn how to fix some of those and then resell them and make some money. So definitely something to watch out for. And it's the easiest way to get into flipping because you have no money into it. Whatever you make is 100% profit. And we've made from anywhere from $5 on some items, and we've made as much as a couple $100 on an item that we've pulled out of the trash. Yeah. So the sky's the limit on what you're able to do with stuff that's coming out of the trash.
And then when you are investing, make sure you're just investing the right amount. That is not a crazy amount.
That's
it. Not a long profit.
For starting, that's it.
For sure. There was a couple more. Renee said, because of what I've learned from you in the Facebook page. She's in our in Flipper You, so that's awesome.
Awesome.
That's great. And she still hasn't sold the stove because she's scared to do the shipping. We'll get on that. Let's help you do that.
Tackle it. It's not as hard as you think.
We'll help you through it for sure. And post it in our group, in our members group. We'll help you for sure.
Yep.
Let's see. Also, sorry, these go. The landfill sometimes let you stay there and just pay for a bit. I made a ton of money every time I did. That's awesome. Yeah. You can just hang out in the landfill.
Definitely talk to them. Talk to them before you do it. Make sure, because some of them have rules that they will not allow you to do that. But some of them will. There are places that will let you, because you're taking it. That's it. You're taking it out of the landfill, so you're keeping it out of the landfill by taking stuff from there. Just make sure that they'll allow you to do it. And that's a great way to find items for sure.
Have you ever had a return that was returned to you via freight, and who paid?
On the return shipping. I don't think I have. We have in our terms and conditions that protects us. But the biggest thing about freight is making sure that your items are 100% listed correctly. If it's 4 parts, you don't want your buyer to have any surprises. So it's listed properly if it's for parts, if it's used, whatever condition it's in. All the imperfections are taken pictures of, so they know what they're getting before they get it. So no, if you're doing that and handling that the proper way, then you shouldn't have anybody asking for a return other than damaged. If it's damaged, you have to have insurance. That's it. You have to have insurance on it so you can do the claim. But I can't remember a time that I've had something returned freight. We don't have I can't even remember a time that I've had somebody actually request something to come back through freight and having to walk through that process. But like I said, our terms and conditions, our stuff that we do kind of sets a guideline for what the buyer is going to expect through the process. And yeah, that's kind of the best way to do it, and make sure everything is listed, everything is pictured, so there's no surprises around the corner that the buyer might, come into when they get the item. So you want them to totally expect what they're getting.
And just a little note that freight items tend to not get damaged as much as FedEx and UPS. Exactly. So because they're not touched by anybody. So nobody picks them up. They're picked up just by a forklift. So they're damaged a lot less often.
Yep, exactly.
So I find that telling my friends about how I'm flipping things causes them to give me free items to flip. Yep. I just got a patio table with umbrella because I mentioned flipping. For sure.
That's it.
We used to not tell people what we did that much. And then we started.
You would not believe how much stuff has been given to us to sell, because people don't want to mess with it. A lot of times people don't want to mess with it and they just want to get rid of it. they don't want to throw it away on the side of the road, but that's the next step. If you don't take it, they're going to throw it away on the side of the road. So
we have to turn down stuff left and right.
We do.
Because it's like, we just don't have the time to go through it all. So
that's it.
Yeah. If you tell people, they're definitely willing. Oh yeah, I just cleaned out this. Here, you want this? You can go through it, see what you want, and then I'll donate the rest or whatever.
Yep.
So.
And tell people you're trying to make a little bit extra money on the side. And I mean, you're going to be super excited when you do your first flip, and you'll start telling people, and they'll be like, well, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this. Or maybe a week or two later, they're going to have something that they're going to throw away or send a Goodwill or something like that. And they'll tell you, hey, do you want to try and sell this? I don't want it. I don't have the time to mess with it. Come pick it up. So you'll be so surprised how many people will do that for you.
Yeah.
Family, friends, all kinds of people.
For sure. My sister found a foosball table on the trash day and sold it for $180. Awesome.
Nice. See, that's what we're talking about. That's awesome.
Renee said, I'm now telling my friends about my business, so I think I'll get some after the virus scare is gone. Yeah.
That's it.
It's starting to let up a little bit.
It is.
So,
it is.
I'm sure people,
We've still been sourcing throughout this whole process. We've still been selling like crazy through the whole process. So our business, this business of the resale business is amazing through this craziness that's going through pretty much the world right now. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome to be able to do this.
And people have been cleaning out their house like crazy because they've been home for so long.
That's it. They have extra time.
Yeah. Tell some people they definitely have stuff to give you. So
yeah.
I want to be like y'all when I grow up. Thanks so much for sharing. We're not grown up, right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, our buyer's asking you where your items wipe sanitize.
No, they are not. And we're not.
You could add that in your description
if you wanted to. Yeah.
You can say, item was sanitized, but it still takes a couple days to get to them. So I think that part.
Yeah. And if they want to sanitize it when they get it, we're not selling little stuff. We're not selling clothes and baby clothes, and we're selling bigger items. Like I said, Lowe's sold last week 2 printers, a pole saw, and tires. So it's not. Yeah, it's not small stuff. If they're really that worried about it, trust me, they have a can of Lysol and they're going to spray it down when they get it. But yeah, some people aren't, like I said, it's not affecting some people.
Yeah, so they'll take care of it for sure on their end, I'm sure. But yeah, you can add that to your listing too. So it doesn't hurt to say sanitized. I think Bo does that with shoes because those do like all the time normally need to be like he sprays that stuff in them. So so you can add that to your listing for sure. Awesome, guys. Well, I think that's it.
Cool.
So,
all right. We'll get off of here, guys. Like I said, we'll see you guys back next Monday. Throughout the week, you have some questions. We'll pick a question. We'll do it'll be the conversation of topic for next week. Like I said, you guys can expect it. We want to try and help you as much as we can answer these questions.
Yeah.
Come up with a name for this thing that we're doing. If you guys have any good suggestions for us to do this type of Q&A, please reach out to us. Let us know. We don't really know what we should name it. But like I said, we felt prompt to do this once a week for indefinitely for the next year at least.
A couple more YouTube questions. Should I throw them in there real quick?
Cool, go ahead.
All right. How do you ship medium luggage for cheap?
So, medium luggage, I just like anything in a box. Medium-sized luggage will go FedEx or UPS. Not USPS. It'll be more expensive to do that, but FedEx, UPS. That's going to be your easiest way to do it.
What do you think about drop shipping store with thousands of products using tools? We don't do any drop shipping, so that's not our gig. No. We buy items used and sell them on eBay, so we don't really do anything.
Our business model is a little different, guys. We spend more time with our family. We sell a lot less items for a lot higher profits. So like Melissa said, it's used items, majority of what we do. We find the used items and then we sell them on eBay. High profits usually on the items that we buy. So we have a lot less time in packaging and shipping and all that kind of stuff. Cleaning up items, it's a lot less time than somebody who's selling moving a lot of products. That's just what works for our family. It's how it allows us to make a lot more money by doing less work. So
I find it hard to ship large items. Is FedEx or UPS cheaper? FedEx tends to be cheaper mostly, but you're going to get your best rate with eBay too. So make sure you ship if you're selling on eBay,
make sure you're using eBay's.
You can save a lot. So about what time will you try to come on so I can write it down?
Yeah, it's probably between 9 and 10. We'll jump on here depending on how the day goes. But Melissa will throw an email out.
We're gonna aim for 9. The days have been a little crazy lately, but with school and no school.
We usually do a live in the morning on Mondays, kind of a motivation Monday. So we'll keep you guys posted on that as well. We do that on Facebook. We don't really do that on YouTube.
Do you usually use the same freight company?
You know what? The freight goes into details. We've worked out a relationship with a company that we love to use. If you're trying to get into freight, the best thing I can tell you is start out with UShip. Find those local freight companies and then find one that you can work with. So yeah, that's the best way to go with freight.
All right. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hopping on with us.
All right, guys. You guys rock. We will see you next week. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.